everyone, so this is a video that's been requested about how to clear negative energies. So in my time I have done some pretty scary stuff with negative energies. I've done the whole caboodle. Anything that you can think of from a horror movie, I've probably tackled it. Poltergeist and like attachments and things like that. So it's pretty scary stuff, but I'm hoping none of you that's ever going to happen to you. So I'm kind of just going to throw you through the basics of this. I was debating doing it live, but I reckon if you've got any questions and that, just ask them at the bottom and we can talk it through, or we can do a follow-up video on this one if you need to. So how an attachment happens, right? So you are a person. You're going to watch my amazing diagram now, right? You are a being, a human being, right? And human beings have aura, correct? So when something crappy happens in life, you lose like bits of your aura. You get these breaks in your aura. Crappy things happen, like breakups or heartbreak or stuff that's happened at childhood, really rubbish things, and it creates this break in your aura. Your aura is no longer complete. Now that law of vacuum that I spoke about in the manifesting video says that within the universe, a space has to be filled, okay? So then your lovely little attachment comes into your aura and stays there. And that's why some of you get really, really depressed. That's why some of you get really, really negative thoughts. I've had it where they've come in and they've done some really pretty horrible, nasty things to the person, made them think all sorts of rubbish. And so when crappy things happen, it kind of leaves these breaks in your aura and they get filled. So this is about how to kind of clear all of that, and also to clear negative energy that has happened in general. Like I said, it's been requested by a few of you. So there's some little tricks of the trade for attachments. I've always been told you can do it at home. Most of you won't have to get anyone in to do it, because it's just little feisty little spirits that come in. Sometimes it's just your loved ones, but you don't really want anything in your energy. You don't want any of these attachments. You have enough of like your guides and people that are stepping into your energy anyway, so you don't want these attachments as well. It's what happens with negative energy is it gets a massive build up. So say I thought I'm really heartbroken, this, that and the other, then the next person thinks it, and the next person thinks it, and the next person thinks it, and it turns into this big circular or any shape negative energy. And that is how demons are formed. Ooh. Anyway, that's not going to happen to any of you, hopefully. So these attachments happen. How the easiest way to get rid of an attachment is to go in the bath, put some rose petals in it, put some epsom salt in it, put some bicarbonate of soda in it, put some black tourmaline in it, and put some lavender in it, and dunk your whole body in it, including your head. If you can get your shower on top, if you're in the stand one, get that energy all off you, and then relax, see everything kind of being cleared. Tell your aura to come back forward, push your aura around so the spaces get filled, and let it all go down in the sink, in the bath. You can't ask your aura to come back, but I mean you can move your aura so that it's not such a massive gap. If you want to get parts of your soul back, the shamans do a thing called soul retrieval, but I hear it's pretty hard going. But it's worth having a look at. The other things the shamanic people do, I have got one actually, I should have brought it in. I've got a rattle. I'll show you. Oh, can I flip this round? I don't think I can flip this round. So this is my office. This is like my working room. And over here is my altar, manifesting altar. I have these feathers. If you have sage, they're really good. I've got sage next door. I was gonna show you that. But you can waft this all through your aura whilst blowing sage. Someone else can do it for you. That's always a good thing to do. Obviously, like the crystals that you have. Can you see the crystals? on the, I just do them for my card decks. Pyramids, crystal pyramids are really good for protection and negative energies. These are Reiki infused crystal pyramids. Some of them are worth getting. I doubt you'll be able to make them yourself. I don't know how they do make them, but they're really good for negative energies. These are good for house cleansing. So anything like that. With sage, I've brought sage. My sage, I moved it in here to show you, and then I messed up because everything else is next door. So I've got white sage. She says I did have white sage. White sage. You need white sage, really, rather than normal sage. And that creates, loose sage burns better. You know, you can get them smudge sticks. Loose sage works better than smudge sticks because it burns better. On a smudge stick, you're wasting like loads and loads of it. Because you only need to put a little bit of sage. You only need to put a little bit of sage in a bowl. And then get a feather or something, make sure you waft it around your house. You need to go in, that's better. You need to go in like every corner that there is, every dark corner within your home, because that's where negative energy builds up. If you had loads of arguments and things like that, go into those corners, waft it all around there, get the sage going everywhere. You also have, I have a sound bowl. This is good, right? This is very good for negative energy clearing. Could do it for hours. You have to wait for it to die down if you get a sound bowl. Well worth it. I tend to do these on house clearances as well. Wave the sage around. Crystals as well, any dark colours crystals. Tourmaline, onyx. Any darker colour crystals, they're really good for negative energy. If you want to put a black one with your rose quartz, that takes the darker energies and turns it into lighter energy, so your thoughts and your nightmares aren't so bad. They're really good to sleep with under your pillow. I will show you my rattle. We're having like a tour of Ali's little flat today. I have got a rattle. I hid it from my dog because it's got rawhide. I made it myself and it has rawhide on it, so I had to hide it the other day. One of my drawers are crap. So this is my shamanic rattle that you can shake around. Again, shake it around the house, shake it through your aura, yada yada yada. That's another really good tool for cleansing things. I best put it away because she'll go for it again. So rattle, shamanic rattle, sound bowl, sage, anything like that will be really good. The darker kind of crystals, don't know if I've got any. I think the dark ones are all in my bra at the moment. I have a couple. We've got like hematite, that's another good one. That's Apache's here. I've got thousands of crystals. The black crystals will be the better ones because they clear out the negativity. Also Himalayan salt stuff. That's a salt holder. Himalayan salt lamps. They change negative ions into positive ones. I have a white one on this side of the bed. Wait, can you see it? Ta-da! A white one. I also have an orange one. The light bulb has gone in. Ta-da! They're really good for turning negative ions into positive ones. So sage, sound bowls, crystals, salt lamps. Also, if you are worrying about attachments after you've had that bath, do a meditation. Go on YouTube, type in meditation for clearing negative energies or clearing attachments. That will help as well. Any divine white light, diamond light, again the pyramid, you can put yourself in that white diamond pyramid. That will always help as well. Sometimes I just put myself in that pyramid. Those pyramids are so good because it works with sacred geometry. Not that I know much about sacred geometry, I just know what my guide tells me, and when he says go get a sacred geometry pyramid, that's what I do. Yeah, so the rattles, feathers, sound bowls, meditation, white lights, white circles, bubbles, That will protect you from negative energy. You can also call on, I don't know who you work with, Archangel Michael. If you work with archangels, I work with Yeshua, so I call on him. Obviously, if I'm not particularly religious, I'm spiritual, I have faith, but I'm not religious. But one of the best protection things, if you're ever worried, is the Lord's Prayer. I use that when I do house clearances, because even though I'm not specifically religious, I have a lot of faith, and it's still the same, because no matter what you call it, I call it source energy. To me, it's all the same. But that's my own personal opinion. You're all entitled to your own. So those are some tips and tricks for negative energy. So get rid of your attachment by having that bath with the rose petals, epsom salts, bicarbonate soda, put your black tourmaline or black crystals in it and lavender, put some water over you, just dunk yourself in it, and imagine sit in it for 20 minutes, and then imagine it all going down into the plug, and ask your aura to kind of step back in. Say, aura, can you just make sure that you're 2 feet around me, please, rather than going here, there and everywhere. I need you to be spatially aware, 2 feet all the way around me. Crystals, I always keep crystals in my bra, or you can keep them in your pocket if you're a boy. Generally the black ones, pink ones. I've got some here as well. I've got tourmaline here, black tourmaline. Not even sure what that one is. Jet, I think that one is. Anything like that. Any crystals you can pick up from sacred sites. This one's from Glastonbury Tour. Anywhere where there's a high vibrational energy, anything like that. Salt water, anything to do with Epsom salts and salt water. If you're really, really frightened, you can always put salt around your front doorsteps if you're worried something's going to come in your house. My doormat says blessed be. So I make sure the flat, I clean my flat every month at least with sage, so that I can make sure all these energies that come in and come out are clear. Because I work so much from home, so I have to make sure that the flat has got a high vibration at all times. Sage, again, I've explained all that. Burn your white sage. Loose sage I find is better than the smudge sticks. It burns better. Obviously put it in a metallic or a china type thing, so you don't cause a fire. Please be extra careful with that. Nobody wants a fire. And you can use the feathers or anything along those lines to go around your auras, go around your house. The rattle as well, you can use one of them. You can get all of this online. You can also keep crystals in your windows, crystals under your pillow, crystals under your bed, anything Himalayan, salt lamp, and a sound bowl. Those are probably all you will need. No, I won't wait on that. You have to hold it like this. Love it. Just hits such a high vibration or frequency. I love my sound bowl. So anything along those lines. But there's some little tips and tricks for you there. If you've got any problems or you've got any questions, just write it in the comments box, or if you want to drop me an email, or if you need a follow-up video, then let me know. Anyway, stay safe, cleanse your energies, guys, cleanse your home, lift that vibration. Okay, laters, bye.